Hola! Hey guys, welcome to Miss Serenity Oasis. I am Miss Serenity, your favorite spiritual advisor. So today, the topic of discussion today is spirituality requires dedication. Spirituality definitely requires dedication. Now, I get a lot of questions. I have a lot of people that inbox me or DM me and they ask me about getting deeper into spirituality, which is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful path. However, a lot of times people get into spirituality not realizing nor understanding the amount of dedication and commitment that it takes to walk down the spiritual path. Especially if you're going to be working with different deities, if you're going to be working with your ancestors, if you're going to be working with certain spirits, it definitely requires a lot of dedication. It also requires a lot of your time. So today we're going to discuss the amount of dedication that spirituality really and truly takes. So why does spirituality take dedication? Because it is a commitment that you are making. So this video is for those of you who are on your spiritual journey, or you are going through a spiritual awakening, or you feel like you are being called by spirit to create an ancestor altar or to work with your ancestors, or this is just the path that you are being led down. I always advise all of my clients and everyone that I mentor, I always advise to be sure that this is something that you really and truly want to do. Because you don't want to come and start your spiritual journey and tell spirit that you're going to do A, B, C, and D and don't deliver anything that you promise. Spirituality, even though it's a trend, it's not a game. It is definitely not a game. Spirit is dead ass serious. And you have to be dead ass serious. You have to know that this is something that you want. It has to almost feel like second nature. It has to be something that you genuinely enjoy. Because if you don't, it will begin to feel like a chore. Because there's so many different things that may be required of you, especially when you create an altar. Okay? An altar is a sacred space that you have just for spirit somewhere in your home, wherever it is that spirit leads you to build one. And once you create an altar, even if it's a makeshift altar, and you tell spirit, listen, I'm on this path with you and this is what I want to do, please understand that you have to put in work. You have to put in work. You're going to have to take the time to clean your altar. You're going to have to take the time to feed your ancestors. You're going to have to take the time to give your ancestors or your spirits or your deities, whatever entity it is that you are working with, offerings. You're going to have to take the time to spend with your ancestors. A lot of people want to get deeper into spirituality because it's such a trend, but they just really don't understand how much hard work and dedication goes into really walking this path. Like, it sounds good and it sounds cute, but there's a lot of hard work that goes into this and a lot of dedication. Now, whenever you're creating an altar space for your ancestors, I'm just going to give you an example. Let's say that you are creating an altar space for your ancestors in your home. You want to have a specific day that you go to your altar, you give your ancestors an offering, and you spend some time with your spirit team, because you need that time, because you have to get to know your ancestors. Remember, our ancestors could be those of our loved ones who were known or unknown. It could be ancestors who came way before us, who we never got the opportunity to meet. So you have to take that time to get to know spirit. You have to take time and put in time to meditate so that spirit can clear your mind and give you downloads, give you messages. You have to, it's just like pretty much anything in life. It's like building a relationship with another living physical human being. That is pretty much what it is. You're building a relationship with different entities. You're building a relationship. So remember, that takes time and that takes dedication. It's not something that you can just brush off. What I always advise, if you're if you're getting into spirituality and you decide that you want to create an ancestor altar, what I would say is take one day out of your week, starting off, that you can dedicate to spending time at your altar with your spirit team. A day that you're going to say, on this specific day. An example, when I first started my journey years ago, I said Mondays will be the day that I dedicate to my spirit team. So every Monday, I always lit my ancestor candle, which is a white candle that I have on my altar specifically for my ancestors. I always lit my ancestor candle. Honestly, my ancestor candle burns 24/7. However, that's because I'm always home, and I am not telling you guys to burn yours 24/7. However, if you say on a Monday, I am going to spend time at my altar, I'm going to clean my altar. If you have glasses of water on your altar for your spirit team, you know, those glasses of water have to be changed. The glasses have to be cleaned. You know, sometimes your spirit team may require or ask for different offerings that you may want to give to them just to say thank you. I'm getting all tongue-tied and stuff, but just to say thank you. You want to take some time just to say thank you. It's not always, I know a lot of times people want to get into spirituality for what they can get out of it. And that's not the best reason to get into spirituality, because you're not going to be dedicated. You're not going to be dedicated. You have to want to get into spirituality because it's something that you are strongly pulled and drawn to do within you. It has to feel like second nature, because I'm telling you, it takes a lot of dedication. Like I said, dedicate one day. And no, I'm not talking about the whole entire day. You literally can spend a good 15, 20 minutes at your altar on that day, just speaking to spirit. You can spend time there in meditation. If you cook, like for instance, if you choose Monday as your day every week that you're going to spend time to dedicate to your spirit team, and you cook on Monday, you can make them a plate and put it on their altar as an offering. You can start your Monday by having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and giving your ancestors a cup of coffee and sitting there and just talking to your spirit team. I talk to my spirit team all day, every day, honey. They probably get tired of me, to tell you the truth. However, on Mondays, I still take that time to make sure that I clean their altar, I change all the water, I give them offerings. First and foremost, I thank them. I thank them for guiding me, for protecting me, for opening up the doors, for prosperity, for love, for peace, for guidance, for all of those type of things. Whatever it is that heartfelt you feel to thank your spirit team for, that's how you want to start off. You don't want to put them on the back burner of your life. Because when you walk down this path and you're walking down this path and you're going to be honoring your ancestors and you are truly getting in aligned with your spiritual path and your spiritual journey, it's just like so much love that I have on the inside for what I do. I'm so passionate about everything that I do, especially when it comes to my spiritual path. So this is why I'm telling you guys, it takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of work. You have to understand that there may be things that you may have to miss out on, because if you have to go to spiritual ceremonies, or if you have something that you promised spirit that you're going to do. So it definitely takes a lot of dedication, and it takes a lot of work, because like I said before, it's like building a relationship with any living human being. You want to build a relationship with your spirit team so that they are guiding you, so that they are protecting you, and so that they can assist you on your journey here. Why wouldn't you want their assistance on your journey here? So yes, if you're going to get into spirituality, just please know and understand that it does take a lot of hard work and dedication, because people think that they can just light some sage. People think that they can just, what else do they think? Oh, buy some tarot cards, and bam, they're all of a sudden spiritual. That's not how it works. Okay. Okay, you just don't buy sage, you just don't buy tarot cards, you just don't buy a pendulum and just, oh God, I'm just so spiritual. No, that's not how it works. If you're not truly ready to be dedicated to this path, then you probably should just take a step back before you try to make any commitment to spirit. Because there's people that they want to jump in head first without knowing anything about spirituality. They buy candles and they just start lighting them. They don't even cleanse the candles because they don't understand what they're doing. And they have no clue or no idea what spirits they're working with. They have no clue or idea what spirits they're contacting, what ancestors they're contacting. They have no clue what they are doing because they're not truly dedicated to this. When you are truly dedicated to this, it's like it puts you on a better path in life for the most part. It's supposed to, at least from my perspective. At least that's what it did for me, and that's what it does for my clients and for those who I mentor and those who I teach. And yes, I do offer mentorship. So if you're interested, make sure you inbox me or DM me on Facebook or Instagram at Miss Serenity Oasis, because I love teaching. And that's exactly why I make these videos. But yes, like I'm so dedicated to what I do that everything I do is witchy. I add intention to everything I do. Every time I take a shower, it's like a cleansing ritual for me, because I picture the water coming out the shower as like a golden ray of light, because that's just how dedicated I am. If I make tea and I add honey to my tea, I'm stirring in the honey and I'm infusing it with my intention. My intention is to sweeten up my day with this honey. Do you see? So I am extremely dedicated to what I do, and you have to be extremely dedicated as well if you want your spiritual journey to be on the right path. Because a lot of times, and don't get me wrong, sometimes you can be dedicated and then you fuck around and fall off track. I see that happen a lot. I've seen that happen a lot to some of my clients. They'll be dedicated, they'll say, okay, well, every Thursday. And another thing you do not want to do is tell spirit, okay, well, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays is the days that I'll choose. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because the type of dedication I'm talking about is for a lifetime. So you're dedicating 3 days a week for a lifetime, and you may not be able to keep that promise, because on some real shit, sometimes 1 day a week, sometimes life gets fucking hectic. So sometimes 1 day a week, you can't even dedicate 1 day a week. I know good and damn well you won't be able to dedicate 3 days a week. And I always advise all of my clients that are on their spiritual journey and on their spiritual path to start off with 1 day. That doesn't mean that you can't come back to your altar the next day and spend time there. If you can do it every single day, perfect. But if you're going to make a promise to spirit, just start off with 1 day and that's it. Every other day, you can go to your altar, you can talk to your spirit team, you can do whatever you want at your altar all day, every day. However, only start off with 1 day per week. But like I was saying, sometimes you fall off track. We're all human. Shit happens in life. 1 day on a Monday, if Monday's the day you dedicated, you may have had a hectic day and not had the time to actually go to your altar. That's absolutely okay. That's fine. Remember, spirit knows our lives. Spirit knows what's going on with us and around us. Couldn't do it on Monday? Cool. Do it on Tuesday. Couldn't do it on Tuesday? Fine. Do it on Wednesday. Can't do it on Wednesday? Great. Do it on Thursday. Just make sure that you do it as promised, because I promise you, if you're not as dedicated, or if you start off being dedicated and you fall off the wagon, spirit is going to make sure that you know that they are trying to get your attention, okay? Because I see this happen a lot of times with some of my clients. I have clients that are also tarot card readers, or they're learning to be tarot card readers and practitioners, and I am happy to be the one to help them on this journey. But let me tell you something. There are times where they come to me and it's like things are falling apart in their life. And guess what? We'll do a tarot card session and spirit will be like, hey, remember when you said that you were going to make my favorite meal and you never did that? Yes, that is why all this shit is going backwards. Oh, remember when you were supposed to clean my altar? Why are there flies in my altar water? Sometimes spirit has to do things to get your attention. So if you are not ready for that type of dedication, then listen, take your time. It's absolutely okay to learn as much as possible first. You know, you don't want to make any promises to spirit that you cannot keep, okay? It's completely different than making a promise to a human that you cannot keep. A human that's physically walking this earth. You don't want to make any promises to spirit that you cannot keep. Trust me on this. So yes, if you are ready to be dedicated, if you are ready to go in and you are ready to really just walk down this beautiful path of spirituality and make your life exactly what it should be to improve yourself for the better. And if you need help getting there, then guess what? I am here for you. Inbox me or DM me and we can have a tarot card session. Okay, I actually have a tarot card session, which is my ancestral session. And during the ancestral sessions, a lot of times other spiritual practitioners or other tarot card readers or new practitioners, baby witches, they come and they have the ancestral reading, because that ancestral reading is more of a spiritual session where your ancestors come through and they pretty much tell you what you need to do on your path to align with them, to connect with them. Because listen, we are all on different paths and we are all on different journeys. So what I do may not be what is required for you to do from your spirit team. So if you want to know what spirit requires you to do to start your spiritual journey, make sure that you inbox me so we can have a session, honey, because I am definitely here to help. And when I tell you I could talk about spirituality all day long, I can talk about spirituality all day long. And I love the fact that I was put here to teach, and I love the fact that I was put here to guide people and to help people. So do not forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have any topics that you want me to make a video on, please feel free to inbox me, DM me, or comment down below. And comment down below and let me know your thoughts on the amount of dedication that it takes to walk down your spiritual path. You got to be dedicated to spirit, honey. If you want spirit to open up doors for you, you want your life to change for the better, you got to have some dedication. It's just like any relationship with anyone. Anywho, love you guys. Got to go.